Joel, how did you cope with the fear of actually going in for brain surgery? This is a doozy of a question. So, great question, Tommy, who posted this in the comments of one of my videos. The three topics we're going to cover in this video today is the timeline of my morning before brain surgery. Number two, my biggest fears going in for brain surgery. And three, my coping mechanism, how I got through brain surgery nice and calm. Alrighty, so yeah, this is a pretty gnarly and vivid memory of mine. I remember it so clearly. So we're going to talk about the timeline of the morning before brain surgery. I remember it clear as day. So I was lucky enough to have the hospital where I was going for brain surgery a 10-minute drive from my house. So I woke up. I was pretty nervous. I was a little bit scared. I was with my partner at the time. We packed my bags, all my belongings, my chargers for my phone and whatnot. We jumped in the car. We get in the car. We go up my driveway. And I'm like, my tire feels really, really weird. I had a flat tire. I'm like, oh my goodness. Is this an omen if you believe in omens? Like it just was bad juju. It wasn't the best start today. So I had to reverse my car back into the parking garage and then order an Uber with all my luggage for the stay. And then we eventually got to the hospital, and my parents, who live about a 2-hour drive south, and my brother and his partner had driven up to meet me before surgery. So we're sitting in the waiting room of the hospital, and I thought we'd pretty much go straight in. I'm just sitting there, worrying, and ruminating. I'm like, oh my goodness, my life's about to change forever. At this stage, I was fully functioning. My body worked perfectly. I was about to have this big life-changing event, this big life-changing surgery. So we're just sitting there awkwardly in the waiting room. I was getting up to go to the bathroom. I remember getting up and running down the 2 or 3 stairs to the bathroom. And I was thinking to myself, that's the last time I'm going to run downstairs for a while. And funnily enough, here we are 4 years later and I still haven't been able to run downstairs. But anyway, side note. Sitting there with my family, sitting there just awkward. Hours go by. A nurse comes out. She's like, Joel, don't worry, we haven't forgotten about you. You are going in soon. Another couple of hours go by. So I'm sitting there for 3, 4, 5 hours. As you can imagine, the stress, the anxiety is building up, not only for me, but for my family as well. They're all getting restless. Obviously, sitting around on wooden chairs for 4 or 5 hours isn't good enough. Isn't much fun. As well as, waiting to know that your son is about to have surgery, which could potentially, and it's leading me into point number 2, what my biggest fears were. I didn't know what was going to happen. Was I going to die? Was I going to pass away? Was I going to become paraplegic? Was I going to lose my personality, my cognition? We kind of knew the biggest symptoms that were going to happen. The big 3 were I was going to lose coordination on my left-hand side, so my balance and my walking would go out of whack. I was also going to lose my power to swallow. So I wasn't going to be able to eat or drink anything for a while. And I was also going to have vision loss and severe double vision. But I also had other fears. I didn't know, again, was I going to wake up? Was I going to be paraplegic? Would I be able to wiggle my toes when I woke up from surgery? All these things were really, really, really compounding and stressing not only myself out, but my family. And my family put it on very brave faces, and we're trying to be the hard, solid rocks that I needed them to be. But yeah, obviously it was stressing them out as well. Eventually, this nurse comes out. All right, Joel, it's your time to go. Here we go. So I gave my family, my loved ones, all big hugs and kisses, etc., etc. They're like, good luck, you've got this, blah, blah, blah. I grab my stuff. I go into another waiting room. And then I basically hand over all my luggage. I say my clothes, my chargers, my toiletries to the nurse who was taking them to the room that I was going to be in after surgery. And then out comes the team, and they basically start getting me ready for brain surgery, which is a massively monumental time in your life, as you warriors know. And yeah, it was the anaesthetist team, and they were getting me ready and prepped to basically knock me out so my surgeon could come in and operate on me and cut into my skull and cut into my brain and remove the tumor. Um, so this will take me on to point number 3. It's how on earth did I cope with this fear and this anxiety and this stress? So the way I rationalized it was I was good at my job. I needed to just sit back and let these people be good at their jobs. I was lucky enough to be operated on by Charlie Teo, who, in my opinion, is the best brain surgeon in the world. So I kind of got a sense of calmness and lowered my anxiety by just saying, Joel, Charlie is doing this. Let him worry about it. Let him do all the hard work. All he has to do is lay there. You're going to be asleep anyway. So that's how I calmed my nerves down and calmed my fears down. I'm like, just lay there and let them do their jobs. And if you're someone watching this video who's about to have surgery, I highly recommend just let them do their job. You're in the safest place possible. They're the experts. You just have to lay there and sleep. It's obviously enormously gnarly and scary, and someone's about to cut into your skull with a scalpel and remove brain tissue. Yes, don't get me wrong. It's gnarly and scary. I've been there. But let them do their job. Stop stressing about it. You stressing about it more isn't going to make it easier or better or make them more skilled. So yeah, just lay back, let them do their job, and let them do the worrying and hand over and surrender all your fears to them. So yeah, for those of you who had surgery that are going through this, I'd love for you in the comments below to tell me about your fears, your morning of your surgery, and what you did to get through it. And for those of you who are about to have surgery, just surrender. Just let them do their thing. Also, just surrender on the fact that you're naturally going to be more stressed and more anxious. Of course, it's huge. I wish you nothing but the best in your surgery. And yeah, like, stay brave, stay strong, and become a warrior. So guys, I'm going to wrap up the video by saying if you do have brain surgery, chemo, radiotherapy, or a procedure on the horizon, or you're going in for an MRI to get some results, I wish you nothing but the best and sending positive vibes. And I hope it all turns out really well for you guys. Alrighty, I will see you in the next video. Peace.